Hey, braggioh here, and we finally have all the information on all the new Spyral cards coming in Invasion Vengeance. So, let's kick it off right now. Charming Spyral... No, Charming Resort stuff. This card isn't even a Spyral monster. So, how can I say it's a Spyral card in the new set if it's... Yeah, we were lied to. Anyway, light, 3 stars, fairy effect monster, attack 300, defense 200. When an attack is declared involving a Spyral super agent you control and an opponent's monster... Pretty much. You can change the attack of the opponent's monster to 0. So, we finally have a way to just completely have Spyral Super Agent beat over any of your opponent's monsters while you've been boosted up by a Spyral Gear drone. So, yay for that. If this card is destroyed by battle or card effect, you can special summon 1 Spyral Super Agent from the deck. It's like Nova Summoner. And it's a fairy as well. If your Spyral Super Agent you control is destroyed by battle sent to the graveyard while this card is in your graveyard, you can banish this card from your graveyard and return 1 Super Agent from your graveyard to your hand. So, nice reoccurring. This card, very much like every Bond girl, is just all about bloody Spyral Super Agent, isn't it? So, yeah, the fact it's not Spyral really hurts it, and... I think it's going to be played. It opens up a Metal Foes variant for whatever that's worth, but I think with other cards we get in this set, also it's just a better way to summon out it would be bloody with the Speedroid cards. So maybe we will see this. Its second effect is its first effect is really cute because you can put your opponent's monster to 0. If that was a hand trap effect, this card would be way better. On to the next monster, Spyral Master Plan, Dark Spellcaster, level 7. Once per turn, you can add 1 Spyral Mission card from your deck to your hand. Okay. If this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, you can add 1 Spyral Resort and 1 Spyral Monster from your deck to your hand except Spyral Master Plan. Okay, so this one card's already generated 3 pluses. You can only use that effect once per turn, so finally, besides Big Red, this card also gets the hard once per turn card ruling where you can't use that effect more than once, which is more to say about all the other card effects in this bloody archetype. Attack 1200 and defense 2800. I feel that if this defense was higher, it would be a better wall. With Blue Eyes running around, 28 just doesn't mean anything. Then again, you kind of want it to be destroyed. And so if this card, like once again, another card that gets its effect by going to the graveyard, so maybe like we're seeing more stuff. I think I know the spells, and I mean we'll go into if the spells even destroy this card. So that's all I really have to say about that. It's a level 7, so it's pretty hard to get out. The spell might help it, but doubt it. Spyral Resort, Field Spell. Your opponent cannot target other Spyral cards you control with card effects. So it makes everything in this archetype the Cosmo ships. The effect that no one really cared about in the Cosmo ships because they always found ways around it. Ignister. For the game. Once per turn, you can add 1 Spyral monster from your deck to your hand. Once per turn during the end phase, shuffle 1 monster from your graveyard into your deck or destroy this card. So that last condition is really, like later in the game, it's not really a terrible cost to pay. You're getting your reoccurrence, you're keeping alive. Early in the game though, if you haven't started to go off a little bit, you might run into a bit of trouble. This also kind of boosts the Speedroid engine because your Speedroid stuff will probably always be live. And so that means get your Invokers, people. Obviously, it's also it's a hidden city. It's a rotor, and it's a rotable rotor. This is where we're at. Like this deck is searching everything it wants. It's special summoning whatever it wants. That as long as it's within the archetype. And then the last spell card is Spyral Mission, Assault. It's a continuous spell, destroying this card during your 3rd end phase after activation once per turn. Oh no, there you go, I just read that as one sentence. So destroy this after your 3rd end phase, so you only get 3 turns with this bad boy. Once per turn, if a Spyral monster you control is destroyed by destroys a monster by battle, or if you destroy cards on the field with a Spyral monster's effect you control, you can draw 1 card. So, if Spyral Super Agent's attacking other monsters, you're drawing. If you're popping spells and traps, you're also drawing. You can banish this card from the graveyard, special summon 1 Spyral monster from your hand. So you can loop back around and do it all again. So in all this, the only win condition that this deck still really has is drone on to Spyral Super Agent, but also you have a way that this deck can kind of overwhelm your opponent by just always having monsters on the board or in the hand ready and waiting, because, summoning Spiral Super Agent isn't that hard, For the most part, you might have droned their thing. Also, you could just call monster, and for the most part, you're also going to get your Spiral Super Agent special summon, and then you can pop. So, a lot of things were thrown out there that this deck seems to be the new UAs, but it's better. It's generating advantage. There is a little bit of a win condition, but it's pretty damn contradictory, because Spiral Super Agent's popping cards, you're drawing cards, and then when you do the drone effect, you don't get it. Maybe drone could have been focused on your board, but then that would probably be too broken, so I guess we know why they didn't do that. So, new Spiral cards, besides charming resort stuff, not all that bad. If you're going to give them support cards, you're going to look at all them and go, hey, you know what, these all do pretty damn good things, but it doesn't really give the deck a super kick to be meta, and maybe that's not what we need. We already have enough meta decks. I don't think it's not gonna beat over ABC, so why try, right? We can probably wait till all the Spyral support's rolled out, long after ABC's gone, long after Blue Eyes are gone, and we might have this. Then again, knowing the way Blue Eyes plays, this deck will probably beat it. I was gonna say this card, but you know what? No, this card can't beat Blue Eyes. So it was, maybe Resort, not Master Plan. Anyway, well, I'm going to talk a bit more about this on a podcast I'm a part of, the Team Cowboy for Game podcast. It's like, as I've said, is my team channel's podcast, and we try our best. We do we discuss the week in Yu-Gi-Oh, the news. We talk about emails at teamc4g@gmail.com. A lot of my Yu-Gi-Oh content is now there because there's only so much time in the week that I have to talk about Yu-Gi-Oh, and about an hour 40 minutes is about all you're going to get out of me normally, and I felt obligated to do this because spirals and subterrors are kind of a thing that I enjoy talking about, because so there's my take on it. Tune in a little bit later to get my team's take on it. I'm also going to throw in there, but I probably won't be too loud about it. And so also tune into the podcast. It's in the description below. The latest episode was a really, really good episode, and so in addition with this video, you get a pretty good picture of last week already. No, the week before, and then the week there, whatever, was the Spyral cards. Otherwise, thank you very much for tuning in. Remember to like, subscribe, and all that stuff. Braggioh out.